people think casinos run on luck. They don't. They run on patterns most people never notice. Everyone at this table thinks they're gambling. Only two of them are actually calculating. Ryan loved casinos for the same reason most people did. They made life feel simple. Red or black, win or lose, right now or next round. No long-term thinking, no consequences that followed you home. Just lights, sound, and the illusion that tonight might be different. Elena felt the opposite. Casinos made her uneasy, too controlled, too intentional. Nothing this polished was accidental. She didn't believe in lucky places. She believed in designed environments. Every sound had a purpose. Every light angle, every delay between shuffles, even the carpet patterns were calculated to keep people walking without realizing how long they'd been inside. Ryan sat at the blackjack table and cracked a smile. "This place prints money," he said, "for the lucky ones." Elena didn't smile back. She wasn't looking at the cards. She wasn't watching the dealer's hands. She was watching the room. A woman 2 seats down exhaled sharply before every risky bet. A man near the edge always raised his stake after losing twice. The dealer adjusted speed based on the table's mood, not the rules. Casinos don't fight probability. They weaponize psychology. "Random is random," Ryan said. "You can't predict chaos." Elena finally spoke. "True randomness doesn't repeat patterns," she said. "Human behavior does. The man on seat 5 will double his bet next hand, not because the odds changed, because his ego is bruised." Ryan watched. The man doubled, lost. Ryan blinked. Coincidence, he told himself. They didn't play. That bothered the table. Casinos expect movement, action, emotion. Stillness stands out. Elena counted silently. Hands played, hands lost, hands won. After 6 consecutive losses, players became reckless. After one visible win, the entire table inflated bets. After 30 to 40 minutes, the table hit a psychological reset. People stopped thinking and started chasing. Hope is the casino's real currency. Ryan leaned closer. "So when do we start?" Elena shook her head. "Not yet. Waiting is uncomfortable. That's why most people don't do it. Waiting feels like losing." When Ryan finally placed a bet, it was small. Embarrassingly small. They lost. A few players smirked. Elena smiled. "That loss just bought us anonymity." Next hand, another small bet. They won. No celebration. No reaction. The table got louder. Emotion spreads faster than logic. They skipped the next round. That confused the system. Dealers are trained to read patterns. So are cameras. So is software. But inconsistency breaks prediction. The pit boss glanced over, not worried, just curious. An older man across the table chuckled. "You can't beat probability," he said. "House always wins." Elena turned to him. "Probability doesn't care about individuals," she said. "It cares about groups." She looked around the table. "And groups behave predictably under stress." He didn't like that answer. People don't come to casinos to be reminded they're predictable. They played for another hour. Never big, never emotional. Win, lose, skip, leave. Ryan noticed something strange. They were up, not by a lot, but consistently, enough to feel wrong. "That's not how gambling works," he whispered. Elena replied, "We're not gambling," because they weren't reacting. No excitement, no frustration, no tilt. That's rare. Casinos don't flag winners. They flag outliers. Elena leaned in. Rule number 1, she said quietly, never stay long enough to become data. They cashed out early, too early. That annoyed the casino more than losing money. Outside, the night air felt heavier. Ryan looked back at the glowing building. Inside, people were still playing, still chasing, still convinced the next round would fix everything. So, Ryan said, was that luck? Elena shook her head. Luck is loud, she said. This was behavioral math, about the patterns, about how easy it was to predict people once you stopped pretending they were rational. That thought unsettled him. What's the scariest part? Ryan asked. Elena didn't answer immediately. Then she said, the same systems that work here work everywhere. Jobs, social media, politics, markets. People think they're choosing freely. They're not. They're reacting. Casinos don't beat you by taking your money. They beat you by making you believe you were in control. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. Most people never notice what controls them. Watch again. The clue was earlier than you think. Subscribe Story2Logic if you caught it.